All right, ladies and gentlemen, welcome back to the channel. We're talking about the Denver Broncos in today's video. 1-2, great win on the road against the Tampa Bay Buccaneers this past Sunday. And we're about to learn a lot more about this team in just a couple of days when you hit the road again and take on the New York Jets, one of the better defenses in the NFL. But even one win, Bo Nix's first win, this Broncos team, people still get this picture wrong. And the reason I'm making this video even today is because I think it was like Bleacher Report. They were doing like one sentence on every team. And the Broncos one was, this season, even this worthless season here, it might not all be for naught if Bo Nix can demonstrate he's the franchise QB. And I'm thinking to myself, okay, maybe Denver's not, up there with the Kansas City Chiefs or the Buffalo Bills as far as talent top to bottom goes. And you got a rookie quarterback. But the Broncos defense specifically is so underrated, and you gotta like what you saw from Bo Nix this past Sunday. We do want to see passing touchdown. We do want to see some crazier passing statistics just in general. 3 weeks into the season, you hit the road against one of the hottest teams, hottest offenses, especially in Tampa, and you win 26-7. It wasn't even close. He rushed for a touchdown. He threw for 216 yards. This is his first career win as the starting quarterback for the Denver Broncos. He went 25 of 36. He had an 85 passer rating, and the Broncos defense, once again, Baker through the first 2 weeks of the season was, probably QB1 or at least QB2 right next to Josh Allen, and they stuffed him. Threw for 163 yards, 1 touchdown, 1 interception. So let's talk about Denver in today's video, because this defense, I want to get to them in just a minute or two. People got them all wrong. And I know Alex Singleton hitting the, torn ACL, played the whole freaking game. It really sucks because he's a stud that, a lot of people don't know. But let's just get into it. Welcome back to the channel. Hit that like button, hit that sub button for daily NFL content. Broncos fans, we try and make a couple of Broncos videos every single week. So if we try and get this video to 100 likes, that would mean the absolute world to me. Bo Nix started the game on Sunday, all 4 passes in that opening drive. They went 70 yards, including a 3-yard touchdown run. He also finished with a career-high 45 rushing yards. 22 of those came in the fourth quarter, where he just needed to get that first down, and he did, and it sparked the scoring drive. And it was just a really cool 22-yard scramble that I guess you just kind of have to see. But he also kept it extremely clean, and if this defense plays the way they did and they can figure out this running game a little bit better, because there's way too much talent to have some of these rushing statistics outside of Tyler Badie and Bo Nix. If you're not throwing interceptions and he also didn't get sacked, you're going to win football games. And the season is not going to be a wash either way, in my opinion. And, one big reason is because of this defense. And like I said, I know Baron Browning hit the IR. He's going to be gone until at least, week 7. Alex Singleton just hit the season-ending IR for his torn ACL, but this defense is littered with young talent. They really are, and they made a lot of nice offseason moves, whether it was John Franklin Myers or Jonah Ellis in the draft. They're a talented defense, and they have a talented defensive line. And we saw Dondre Tillman, a USFL legend, he's been compared to Myles Garrett of that league, comes onto this team. He's 6'4", 270 pounds. He was officially signed by Denver in June. He recorded his first 2 NFL sacks in his NFL debut, making him the first Broncos player since at least 1970 to have multiple sacks in his opening game. And he also had 3 tackles for loss. And this is just an example of, their ability to find talent, evaluate this talent. This is a kid who was a very surprising cut, in my opinion, because he had a really good preseason. He had a sack, he had a forced fumble, 2 batted passes, 9 total pressures on 52 pass rushing snaps. And, it was kind of surprising to me that, he was sent down to the practice squad. So they were able to keep him on the practice squad, and you just picked him up to, or say you moved him up to your active roster last week because Mike McGlinchey went on injured reserve. Baron Browning also hit the IR. It just came into an immediate starting role, pretty much a starting role. He had pressure on 23.1% of his pass rushing snaps. He had 13 total pass rushing snaps. He often won his one-on-one matchups. Always kind of felt like Vance Joseph got a bad rap for being your defensive coordinator in general. And Tillman's a really good example of the amount of talent that you have on this defense. Seriously, Pat Surtain, don't need to say anything about him. He's a freaking stud. But this defense, even just in 3 games, they've had 7 total sacks. They've had 2 takeaways, and their opponents are averaging 3.3 yards per dropback. Like, this is a legit defense. And in your first 2 games of the season, you kept it close against Seattle week 1 on the road, Bo Nix's NFL debut. You play the best defense in the NFL, in my opinion, in the Pittsburgh Steelers week 2. That game's just kind of going to be difficult to win for Bo Nix, a rookie making his second ever NFL start. But you're entering week 4 tied for the league lead in pressure rate at 44.7%. And a great example, in my opinion, of an underrated player on this defense is Zach Allen. He's third amongst all defensive linemen with 161 snaps played and 2 sacks. He ranks 11th among all defensive linemen with at least 100 snaps in pressure rate, 20.9%. And he's tied for 4th in quarterback hits at 6. So I know there's some linebacker health issues going on right now. You just picked up, I think it was Wednesday, 2 days ago, you signed, you signed him to your practice squad. Quan Alexander, Zach Cunningham. It's Friday afternoon, so these guys one of them might even be on the active roster by the time you guys watch this video. But my only thing I want to see against this Jets team is, obviously Bo Nix's continual development. I want to see this defense going up, against Aaron Rodgers, one of my favorite quarterbacks of all time, being a cheesehead. And I want to see this run game improvement. I really do, because, Tyler Batty had a phenomenal debut. 9 carries, 70 yards, 7.8 yards per carry, including that 43-yard rip. But Bo Nix was your second leading rusher, and that's just, I know Bo Nix is an athletic, mobile quarterback who can scramble, and he's high IQ football player, doesn't take too many sacks, doesn't force interceptions, or at least what we saw in college. But Javonte Williams should not average 2.4 yards per carry ever. He had 5 carries for 12 yards. Jaleel McLaughlin, 5 carries, 7 yards, including a touchdown, I guess. But Denver's rushing statistics extremely skewed because of Tyler and Bo. 28 carries, 136 yards, averaging 4.9 yards per carry and 2 touchdowns from Nix and McLaughlin. But I entered this season, especially with Estime, who's injured, unfortunately, but I entered this season thinking the Denver Broncos have one of the most deep, versatile running back rooms in the NFL. And with Sean Payton's pedigree as far as offensive coaching goes, that's something I'm anticipating a lot more of in this upcoming game, because Jaleel McLaughlin, 5 carries, 7 yards. Come on, Javonte Williams, 5 carries, 12 yards. Like, come on, that's got to be improved for Bo Nix's success as well. So thank you guys for watching. We're about to learn a lot more about this Denver Broncos team in like 48 hours. A really difficult road matchup against the I know they've won 2 games and people are saying it's been against meager opponents, but this Jets offense, their offensive line, Aaron Rodgers, their running back room, their defense in general, it's an extremely talented group. So we're about to learn a lot more about Bo Nix and this Denver Broncos season in just a couple of days from now. But until then, hit that like button, hit that sub button for daily NFL content, a couple of Broncos videos a week. And guys, give me a score prediction for Sunday's road game against the Jets down below. Have a great weekend, and hopefully we see you 48 hours from now with a victory recap. Peace.